There we go. All right. So if we're looking at this, the order of operations, we're going to go through it. I wrote it on the board yesterday. That way we can have a better guide. So we're used to PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S, right? But I told you it's more common to say GEMDAS now because G is more encompassing. It has parentheses, brackets, absolute values, square roots, and fractions. All of those act as grouping symbols. That is a key piece to know because people often think it's just parentheses. All of these fit inside of there. From there, we have exponents, and the way that they write it tells you the order in which to look for them. So we have exponents. We know exponents are the numbers above variables and numbers. Multiplication, it should not be and, it should be or, because you do it from left to right. The same thing with addition and subtraction. It should not be and, it should be or, and it's also from left to right. So whichever one comes first is what you do. Any questions there? Remember, the goal of the order of operations is to simplify, not to solve. If you don't know that, write that down, okay? So, the goal of the order of operations is to simplify, not solve. So you should not see anything that says X equals Y equals in your final answer. It should just be a number or a simplified version. Any questions there? Keep writing. You're okay. I'm not going to take it off the screen yet. Jordan, make sure you're writing this, baby, because you're going to have to know how to do it. You're going to have practice on this. You already know that. You know the mode of the class now. We teach it. We go over it. It's I do, we do, you do. So which means if you ain't doing your part, you ain't going to make much of a good grade on the you do part, okay? I don't write this down for my benefit. I write it down for your benefit. As we've said in multiple recordings at this point, I have the degree in this, so I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I do need my degree.
You need a diploma first. So let's try to make it through high school, okay? So, example number 1, it says simplify using the order of operations. So, I have A, it says 6 divided by 10 minus 8. Do I see any grouping symbols? Yes. What is it grouping together? 10 minus 8. So I need to do the inside of this first. What is 10 minus 8? So I'm bringing down 6 divided by 2. And then I do my division, right? Because there's no exponents. We only see this left. What's 6 divided by 2? That's what I mean by it should only be a numerical answer. Do you see a variable anywhere? No. Okay, so that's how it should be. Yes, Jordan?
How'd you get 2?
Because what's 10 minus 8?
10.
There you go. It's okay. Sometimes we need to hear it again, and that's all right. Yes, sir. Okay. So, looking at this one, we have 2, 13 minus 1 plus 6. What needs to happen first? 1 plus 6, because it's inside of the brackets that we see here. That is a grouping symbol holding another grouping symbol. So you have to work from the inside out. I completely agree. So we bring down the 2, we bring down that bracket, we bring down 13, we bring down the minus. What is 1 plus 6? 7. Then, is my grouping symbols finished? Because what's still on the inside? So, what's 13 minus 7? So I have 2 times 6. 12. Any questions there? Is it making sense? Everybody okay? Let's look at C. I have 2, 3 squared. 2, 3 squared. We have to do the exponent because is there any grouping symbol that I have to simplify the inside of? No. So In your calculator, type in parentheses 3 close parentheses squared. Did everybody get 9? If you're not done typing, go on and type in, okay? I'm asking for verification from your classmates, because they shouldn't take your word for it. They should type it in and see for themselves, correct? Because are they using your brain and your hands for their test?
It's 18. You type in the whole equation.
We just type it in 3 squared. So we know the actual steps, okay? So what'd y'all get for 3 squared? Now what's left to do? 2 times 9, which is? Any questions there? D, I have 18 divided by 9 minus 8 times 6. What needs to happen first? The division and multiplication left to right. So what came first? Division. So what's 18 divided by 9? We have 2 minus, and then do I see multiplication at the end? So what's being multiplied? 8 times 6, which is? 48. Now what's left to do? 2 minus 48, which is? Any questions there? Okay. Who wants to help me with E? Kingston, let somebody else try it. You basically have been dominating these first 4. Who wants to help me with E? If I let you help with this one, you got to put your hand down for the other ones and let other people try. Go. No, let's go.
It's too late now. Where are you going?
You done put your hand up. Come on now. We got to do the exponent. So what's 2 to the 3rd, Kingston?
6.
Not quite. That's 2 times 3. 2 to the 3rd needs to be put in the calculator. That's an exponent. You're saying 2 times 2 times 2. Give him a second. I told him he'd help with this one.
8.
It should be 8. From there, Kingston, what do I need to do? What's 3 times 8? What was it? 24. And then what do I do from there? Subtract. And you get? Perfect. Any questions there? All right, who wants to help me with F?
I think Steve Ball.
How about you help me with it, since you want to do that to him? What needs to happen first?
I really don't.
You know how to. What needs to come first? Is there a grouping symbol with operations on the inside?
Somebody said.
Thank you. Put it in your calculator. Tell me what you get.
I got -5.
Thank you. Everything else is brought down. What's next?
Then we do that plus 5.
Not quite. Look at your list at the top. Is there any more grouping symbols to do the inside of?
Exponent.
Exactly. So what's being typed in? What's being typed in?
Exponent.
So what's on the exponent?
7.
No, not quite. We just did a new line. So what's being typed in?
I think Kingston.
No, I think this is you. Don't call people out if you don't want the same treatment.
Can I help you?
I don't believe in calling people out, especially when they're off guard. So you need to reference another problem and see what we typed in. How did this become this?
By multiplying.
No, I didn't. How did this become this?
Can I help you?
Kylan, can you help?
Type in parentheses -5
Mm-hmm.
parentheses square.
Thank you. Do what Kylan just said, Jordan. So, Kylan, can you repeat it one more time for him?
Parentheses -5 parentheses square.
Thank you. That was perfect. Be quick, sir. Yep. Parentheses.
Square.
What? Yep.
I think it's square.
Because isn't that a 2 right there? There's a squared button on the calculator. You see where it says X with the same little 2?
Oh, yeah.
That's a squared button.
Calculator.
No, it's not the calculator. So parentheses, -5, close parentheses, squared. What'd you get?
25.
Thank you. So, what needs to happen next? Go down your list. This is your problem.
Don't I like add all that up? Like
Nope. What comes next? Look at your list.
from let's. Let's.
So what needs to happen first?
5 divided by 25.
Read it from left to right. What came first?
This, 5 plus 25.
No, not quite. Because it's still multiplication and division. Read it left to right. What came first? Read this entire thing to me.
5 plus 25 divided by 5.
Listen to what you just said at the end. What's being divided?
25.
By.
5.
No, repeat what you just said. What's being divided?
25.
By.
5.
Then type that in the calculator.
5.
Thank you. What's last?
10.
Because what did you just do?
5 plus 5.
Thank you. That's not hard. Don't call somebody out if you ain't ready, okay? We just learned a valuable lesson today. Thank you, sir. G, who wants to help me with this one? Kingston? No, somebody else. You may, go. All right, Annabelle, let's go.
You do the absolute value first.
Absolutely. 6 minus 9.
And which is -3.
There we go. Then,
And the absolute value of -3, which is +3.
mm-hmm.
And then you do 4 times 4,
4 times 4, that 4 squared.
which is 16.
Good morning, teachers and students. We're about to get ready to play a little volleyball at Olive Branch High School students. Students, I do need you to keep in mind that our ability to put on events like this completely depends on your ability to act right during such events. So let's make sure we keep a good thing
Yes,
going.
ma'am.
We're going to call each group down by grade level.
Perfect.
Teachers
So what'd you end up
require
getting?
teacher help. We sold wristbands this
What'd you end up
morning.
getting?
They do not have a wristband.
What
on.
answer did you
Do not
get?
let them out of
Perfect.
your room. At this time, I need seniors. Seniors, make your way to the gym.
We ain't done.
I'm gonna put this up.
No, what you mean? Focus up here. Focus up here. Thank you, Annabelle. Yes, ma'am. We need to finish this. That way you have your practice, okay? Looking at H. Who wants to help me with this one?
So we go faster.
Zetarian, let's go.
6 divided by 3,
Which is?
2,
Perfect.
then you do bring -9 down.
Not quite. What needs to happen?
You bring 2 down,
You bring the 2 because what's the absolute value of 2?
2.
And then what do you need to do?
Go left to right,
Mm-hmm.
then
-18 because you just multiplied those. Any questions there? That was quick. You got to have more faith in your classmates. Yes. You said so we can go quicker. He just got it done fast.
No, I'm saying.
Uh-huh. All right, who wants to help me with this one? No, let somebody else try. Who wants to help me? Matthew, you want to try? Come on, let's do it. Is there any grouping symbol that you need to simplify the inside of? That parentheses, right? So what needs to happen first?
7 times 6.
Not quite. What needs to happen before that?
Oh,
Starts with an E.
exponent.
Exponent. Perfect. What's 2 squared?
4.
So we have 4 right there. Now what can you do? Multiply. So what's 7 times 6?
42.
So I have 42 minus 4 minus 10, right? So what is 42 minus 4?
38.
What was it, Annabelle?
Wouldn't it be a positive 4 since it's negative?
Because there's no parentheses around the negative. So it would just be brought down as is. If there was parentheses around the negative, it would be a positive 4 there. What'd you get? I'm sorry, Matthew.
38.
So we have 38 minus 10, right? So it's 38 minus 10.
28.
Any questions there? Any at all? So, what I want you to do for me is flip this over. Very quick practice problem. I want you to do 1 and 2.
You got your work?
Yep. Show me your steps, please. That's the whole purpose of the lesson. 1 and 2. I'm leaving my practice ones up here. When you're finished, bring it to me. If we're looking at the first one, what's the first thing I need to do? Parentheses. What's inside of it? 4 plus 6, which is? And then? The exponent of 2. So 10 squared is? Any questions there? Focus up here, gentlemen. Looking at 2, what's the first thing I need to do? 6 divided by 3, because it's the first thing left to right, which is? 2 times, which is? That's the steps I should see. Keep it consistent. Partial credit is a must, okay? On this test and the next test, you are going to be appreciative of partial credit, okay? Get packed up, put that up.
Sophomores, you were part of that change as well. You